Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your monthly reading for July 2020. And we've just entered now in June 21st, as I record this reading. We've just entered after the winter solstice here on the South Hemisphere. If you're in the North Hemisphere, this was the summer solstice. We've just entered Cancer season. So I've lit up some, I've lit up some Palo Santo here. Oh, such a nice vibe. I love Palo Santo. Okay, and I'm going to explain to you how this reading is going to go. In this first roll of cards, I have a representation of energies that are leaving you in this transition to June, in this transition between June and July, okay, and upcoming energies. And this, in the second row here, I have more concrete representations on how your everyday is going to go for the month of July, okay? This was my dog, if you've heard that. This is Teresa, my dog. And I also have some oracle cards that are going to talk about going to set the general scenario for this reading, okay? So I'm going to start with them in a moment. At the end of the video, you have the opportunity of asking a yes, no, maybe question, okay? And I'm going to use this oracle here, which is the Sun Oracle, also known as the Tata Inti Oracle from the Inca people, okay? So starting your reading with your oracle cards. Hope you're ready. I have this card from the Timeless Flux Oracle, which I can already see that it's talking about work. So this is going to probably be a month in which you need to work a lot, and maybe not even recognizing if this if this work is going to fructify, if this work is going to actually bring value to your life. But you be a little blindsided, in the best version of being blindsided by facts, because this card is the Today card, and it says, I am taken care of, okay, by spirit. I am protected. So this month is going to maybe be a little anxiety producing for you, because you will be doing a lot of things that you don't know exactly why they're there in your life and where they're going to lead, but you have an inner feeling that these are all positive activities, positive, that are going to bring positive change to your life. You will need to keep your faith up in order not to enter the anxiety producing zone of trying to control too much of what's happening. And these oracle cards, the oracle cards I have here are, the universe has my back. Oh my god, I actually don't see these cards before I start interpreting them here for you in the video. So you see, it's like the same message. The universe has my back. I am taken care of. I am protected by spirit, okay? And the other card I have is, when I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. Okay, so yeah, this is talking about a period in your life in which you are going to undertake a lot of activities that you cannot actually control. You just feel like they're there for a reason, they're there for you. So if they're a part of your life, then there must be a lesson included, or at least they are necessary for your development. So it's a period of faith, okay? Such a beautiful card. And the other card I have here for you is is, when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. Okay, so all of these cards are talking about the need for faith, and also about a change in perspective in which you will be acting without so much focus on controlling. And this may be a challenge, because we tend to like to over control things. Okay, so I can already see what's going on here, but let's see the other cards. I have the High Priestess upright. I have the Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay, I have the Hanged Man, and I have I have the Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, so this is amazing. Okay, I'm very excited for you, my Cancers. First of all, here I have your positioning right now, at the end of June and entering the month of July. You're highly in tune with your intuition. Okay, something happened over this past few months, or maybe even focusing on June, that brought you to the perception that most of the things you're doing in life cannot be assessed only through logic. You needed to hear your internal guidance, you needed to be in tune with your intuition, because as I've said with these oracle cards here, there are some things in your life that you really don't know if they're going to bear fruit, but you're just focusing and having faith and following through, because you know that you cannot control everything. But I see that this process has been hard for you, because during the month of July, you felt, with the Seven of Swords in reverse here, you felt a strong push to, cutting your losses and simply moving on with the projects that seem to be more logically profitable for you. But you resisted this tendency, and you've decided to invest in things, people, relationships in general, that maybe other people were even telling you, oh please, this is never going to lead anywhere, you should just cut your losses and leave the situation. You've resisted this notion of cutting losses, and you've tried, and you've started investing and are still investing in things that maybe other people were kind of biased against. Okay, because something inside of you said, I need to keep going, I need to put more energy into that. And you were right, because this led you to a consideration of your life through a completely different perspective. The oracle cards were talking about that. The Hangman here is also talking about that. A lot of people, when they interpret the Hangman, they see a person that might be a little bit too attached to his or her situation, their situation. But in this case, especially with the panorama presented by the oracle cards and the whole narrative going on here, what I see is that because you've decided to insist on activities that at a first glance were not so fruitful or not so profitable, or even other people were biased against, now you have a completely different perspective on your life and on your responsibilities. You can see that not everything needs to be controlled by you logically. Okay, and at the end of July, I see that keeping this perspective is going to allow you to leave a very painful, emotionally painful situation behind. Okay, I see some kind of sorrow, some kind of past event that left you here with this Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, well, let's see the upright so that you can understand. The Three of Swords is talking about well, you have these three swords, knives, trespassing your heart. So something happened that left you really frustrated, really sad. Okay, but for the end of July, I see that because you're investing on things that are actually related to your passions, related to your essence, because you've decided to invest on whatever sounds true to your intuition, sounds true to your heart, no matter the odds, then we are going to be able to overcome this sorrow, okay, and make peace with whatever happened to you. Something that I see here that is important is sometimes when we're hurt, we carry the wave of, well, whatever the person said, the person or group of people, situation that hurt us, we carry the wave of whatever happened as some kind of self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, it's like, for example, and this is only an example, okay, make it fit your situation, but if you lost your job, then you, of course, this is something that's going to hurt and that could have an impact on your self-esteem, but you sometimes carry as almost a self-fulfilling automatic prophecy the fact that you are not good enough to keep a job. Okay, so I see that you have overcome this kind of attitude, this kind of belief, and started investing on things that maybe even this past sorrow has make it difficult for you to follow. Okay, so this would be the case of still looking for jobs in the same area, even if you have just been fired. Okay, this could apply to relationships, to still seeking for boyfriends, even if your last experience with a boyfriend was not so good, or with a girlfriend. Okay, so this is investing on something that your intuition is telling you, okay, this is not over, you should insist, even when other people are not supportive of your attitudes. Okay, now let's see a more practical stance of how this is going to influence our month of July. Okay, because I see you being victorious here, and because you have this attitude, you are going to, be able to overcome sorrow and find peace within regarding whatever happened to you before. Okay, okay, I have an extra card here that is not related to the conclusion. It doesn't have a specific position, so I think this is going to be a complement to whatever I read here. I'm going to keep this card here on the side. Okay, so I have moment to moment talking about how this month of July is going to develop for you. It's going to be very important for you to keep on trying whatever you have decided to try on June, even if the results are not if they are not so relevant or not so expressive in the first moment. Okay, because this month of June is not going to be about losing your creativity. Okay, this position here is talking about what would be a negative focus for June, and this is creativity in reverse. Okay, so what this is saying basically is that you need to keep on living moment to moment and investing on whatever you consider to be positive, whatever your intuition is asking you to invest in. But also you need to consider your creative endeavors, and you need to be open to other people, no matter how you've suffered in the past trying to do similar things. Okay, so in a job situation, you need to keep your hope up when it comes to finding other jobs in the same position. You need to keep your hopes up when it comes to finding a romantic partner, even if your previous experiences were not so good. Okay, and when I talk about negative experiences, previous experiences, this is probably referring to something that happened in the month of May or in the beginning of June, because I see you here like recovering from the process and taking a stand in the fact that you keep on trying no matter what these people or what the situation did with you. Okay, so it's important as you recover to remember that your attitude should be a moment to moment attitude. You don't need to go as harsh on yourself as saying, okay, now I'm going to self-impose a routine that is going to be overwhelming for me. I'm going to be looking for jobs from 7 a.m. to 10 at night, and I'm only going to stop after I find them, because it's important for you to talk about your feelings, connect to other people, and disregard only those people comments and sources of information, even sources for new jobs and new projects, when these sources and people go against your idea. You're starting to realize that once you clear your intentions, once you set your intentions and you can clearly visualize the results, it will be easier for you to understand what advice needs to be included into your general strategy and what advice is only making you feel drained. Okay, so the piece of advice I have for you here is rebirth, okay? Because with this attitude, you are going to feel really inspired, and you're going to start understanding that the only way to overcome sorrows is not to let these sorrows, these bad experiences determine how you're going to live your life, okay? So, but this rebirth is going to be a moment to moment process. So, um, be careful not to overdo, not to become obsessive about the results you want to have, because will only lead to anxiety. In the end, this is a struggle that you're facing right now, but it's the good fight. Okay, because it's a fight for yourself, it's a fight for what you believe, and you are highly protected. For a complementary information I have here, this is very important. This is the rebel, or another representation of the emperor in reverse from Osho Zen Tarot. So what I see here is, be careful, since you are experiencing this energy of having to take a stand and go for activities that maybe have already made you suffer in the past. Okay, be careful not to become the rebel or the worst version of the emperor, okay, in which you're trying to control everything, and anyone who says anything against your ideas or against your plannings is going to be considered an enemy, or even an attitude of, I have to do everything differently, or I cannot conform, I cannot follow the common sense. Because in general, these are very good attitudes, but when you're leaving a place of sorrow, maybe you can become the rebel without a cause. You know, so the attitude is go moment to moment, go moment to moment. This is a phase in which you are going to have to constantly prove to yourself that you are still in the game, no matter what people have done to you, no matter the previous results. You will need to understand that results might not come as fast as you would like them to come, but the experience of trying needs to be joyful in itself, and needs to be a way of expressing your creativity. This is going to bring rebirth. This is going to help you build, or even not emphasize, but this is going to help you internalize a new view of the world that was already being born in the month of June. Okay, it's already there with you right now, but you only internalize this new view of the world in which you're empowered, in which you can go after what you want, in which, you know, if results are not coming, if you failed 3 times, you're only closer to not failing, because you know, if you have to fail 100 times, it doesn't matter. You're closer to your success the more you fail, because we only learn when we fail. And if you have to fail 100 times, then when you reach the 50th time, you're closer to your success. Okay, this kind of unbreakable attitude that you're already starting to feel in the month of June is going to be fully internalized and implemented in the month of July. And this is going to be a period of very positive learning for you. It is a struggle, but be careful not to become the rebel. Okay, focus on your cause, focus on what's important for you. Just don't rebel because you feel like this is the only way. Okay, rebel if you have to, but understand that you need a cause, otherwise you'll become just an arrogant person, or not that you become, but you'll be read as an arrogant person, and you'll be read as someone who's lost touch with reality. Okay, this is a fine balance right there, but if you go moment to moment, everything is going to be all right. Now, I hope you have your yes no baby question, because I'm going to work this dice here. I hope you already have it. Let's see. Yeah, a yes, no, maybe question for the month of July. And the result is for my Cancers. Okay. This is a probable no. Okay. There's still chance that it happens. but this, and the chance is right over here with the sun, but this is a probable no. Okay, and I feel that whatever you're asking about is going to take more time than you think. Okay, so this is probably not, if it needs to happen, it's not going to happen in July, but especially because you're going through all of this preparation process here, in which you're changing attitudes, and you're like proving to yourself that you can keep on going for what you believe in. Okay, with this blind faith here. Okay, so what you've asked about, I know there are many different questions for the many different cancers out there, but whatever you asked about is either not going to happen in the month of July, so this is a no for now, or it's not even healthy for you in this new path that you're following, trying to change your perspective. Okay, this is what I see, and this is what I have for you. So if you've enjoyed this reading, please do not forget to leave a comment, subscribe, to leave a like. This helps the channel a lot. You cannot imagine how much. And I would like to read in the comment section about your specificities when it comes to this game. Has it resonated or not? What are the things that you're trying to implement to bring to your life? What are these new energies you feel like you have to go against the whole world in order to, in order to bring into your life? Okay, what are your projects? I would love to hear about them. Please believe that, and maybe I'll be able to give some further advice, okay, as I read your comments. So have a nice July. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.